Oh, what if I drop this? What if I drop it right off the side? What if I drop it?
Okay, you won't.
Hey, there we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, today I'm going to be teaching you how to get the Raygun acquisition on Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. This is the most powerful thing in the game because it allows you on cooldown to spawn a Raygun into your inventory and spawn into the game, immediately open it up and start the very first zone with a Raygun already in hand. It is absolutely OP. It is absolutely incredible. And I'm going to be teaching you guys a foolproof way on how to grind for this, how to get it, because it is not super easy to get, and you do have to get lucky with your reward portal. But this guide is going to teach you how to go from the very first moment in the game into the end, get the Raygun so that you too can have this and show it off to all your friends. So let's go ahead and get into the tutorial. Now there are two different ways to get this. The first of which I absolutely do not recommend, is the Legacy Fortress. This is the top tier AI content where you're going to fight against the other soldiers. You can do this to get it. It is a possible reward from the reward portal that you get at the end of that. However, this is not a great strategy because it wastes so much time doing, and you can only farm it once. It is not repeatedly farmable. But what is repeatedly farmable and what is way better for doing this strategy is doing the tier 3 zone missions. More specifically, you want to try to farm the elimination contracts. However, any contract in the tier 3 zone will be worth your while because each one has a chance of spawning this reward portal and giving you the Raygun. Now the difficult part is you obviously only have 45 minutes in the map before the zone starts closing, and you need to get ready and get set up as quickly as possible to do this. So here is the process I recommend and the best possible way to get the Raygun, because there is a huge trick that you need to know in order to get this and get ready to go early in your games and actually do enough damage to complete all of these missions. So the main two things you need to load into this mission with, obviously everything that you can get helps. A gas mask helps, a 3-plate carrier helps, big backpack helps, etc, etc. But what you really need is you need to get pack-a-punch upgrades in your inventory as well as perks, because all of these points are going to be essential to make sure you get into the tier 3 zone as soon as possible and you have as much time to farm before the circle closes and you have to extra. So in the game I actually got the Raygun schematic. I loaded in, I gave myself all of the perks instantly. I gave the gun I was holding pack-a-punch and purple rarity and essentially started farming contracts ASAP, because you want to start earning points right off the back as quickly as possible. But the main thing you need to do is save an extra, save your most powerful raw ether crystal or refined Ethereum crystal in your inventory. You want to save it for later when you're going to get a golden weapon down the line, because this is the strategy. This is how you make it through and get to tier 3 and actually do damage in tier 3, is you need to have a golden pack-a-punch level 3 gun. That is how you are going to farm these. This is how it's going to be so easy for you to finish these contracts, and you need to obviously save that. So right when you load in, immediately start farming contracts, get up to 5k points, and then you're going to want to do the following. Now here's where the big part of the strategy is. As soon as you have 5,000 points, everyone in your team is going to get into a car or, you know, multiple cars and go into the tier 3 zone. Now your bullets are going to do absolutely no damage to the zombies. If you run over like 3 zombies, your car is going to explode. The zombies are incredibly powerful against the cars, but you're going to hop in a car, avoid running over any zombies, and start driving to each one of the wall buys until you find a golden wall buy. This is the staple. This is the cornerstone of this strategy, because the golden rarity guns deal so much more damage than every other gun in the game. It makes the rest of them obsolete. So you're going to find this golden wall buy. You're going to buy it with your 5,000 points. It's very expensive. That's why you got to grind up beforehand. You're going to hop back in your car and you're going to leave the zone. You are essentially going in here for the golden wall buy. So your gun is super powerful, and then you're going to get out of the zone and you're going to head back to tier 2 where you're going to continue the strategy. Once you're back in tier 2, you're going to go ahead and pop that Ethereum crystal that you had, pop some ammo mods, whatever you can do to buff up the gun as much as possible that you just got from the zone. If you're super lucky and you have some in the storage, you're able to get this to pack-a-punch tier 2 instantly, but you should always, every single time, be getting tier 1 instantly so you can save yourself those 5,000 points. And once you're outside, your team is going to be nice and grouped up, and you're going to start driving around together, only focusing the bounty contracts. The only other contract you might want to possibly do is the weapon stash, because that's the second fastest contract, but your guns are going to be so powerful at this point, you're going to be able to melt through the bounty contracts. So basically you're going to drive and hard commit to every single bounty contract until you have saved up enough points to triple pack-a-punch your gun. You're going to need to save up more points and do more of these contracts and have less time to farm if you weren't able to get an instant level 2 pack-a-punch. But if you did get a level 2 pack-a-punch instantly, you only need 15,000 points before you head back into the tier 3 zone. Once you're back in the tier 3 zone, immediately go ahead, triple pack-a-punch, make sure you're all set up with everything, get self-reses, everything you might want to buy, and then you're going to start farming the contracts in here. Now there's a couple of contracts that are way easier than others, and you guessed it, it's the bounty ones. The bounty ones are so incredibly easy because if you just buy the Juggernaut suit, you'll probably have to do the first 1 or 2 of them, but just, you know, all on your own, just actually just killing it with your guns. But once you buy the Juggernaut suit from the buy station that exists inside of the tier 3 zone, these only spawn in the tier 3 zones for 10,000 points, you can essentially become invincible in a Juggernaut suit and instantly melt any boss. It is incredibly easy to farm the bosses. It's the fastest by far, and the only time you want to do any of the other contracts is because, you know, you don't have a single bounty left. All of these bounties are going to respawn, everything's going to cycle, but you may get unlucky and eventually not have a bounty on the map. And if this happens, you are forced to do, you know, an escort contract. You're forced to do kind of like a lockdown contract, but hey, we got ours from an escort contract. It does not have to be those bounties. This is just the quickest one. And just a reminder as well, if you are in the Juggernaut suit, you're basically invincible. You can die if you really take a lot of damage, but just have your teammates kind of support you and make sure that you're not getting overwhelmed. And then also remember, you can drop your points for teammates. So if you don't have enough for 10k to buy a suit, you can pool up your points, buy that suit for 10k, and then kind of farm all of the points back into itself, because you can just buy multiple, and the more you kill, the more points you get, and you'll start making so much money that you won't even know what to do with it. It's absolutely amazing. And other things that can drop from here, you can get ray guns, you can get wonder weapons, you can get the thing that launches you up in the air, like kind of like the thunder gun wonder weapon that they have in this game, the Scorcher. You can get the wonder waff. All of the really high tier loot is in here, including other schematics. Like you can get all of the perk schematics from here, you can get the ether tool schematics from here. Everything good in the entire game is going to be the highest level content, which is this level 3 tier 3 content. Again, you can do the fortress as well, but I strongly do not recommend it unless you need it for a contract or, you know, some sort of mission that you're doing, because it's just way harder. The AI and the soldiers is insane in this game, and also you can only do it once, and you have to do like 3 other things first, like the little mini missions around, in order to move your way up to the last one. It's just absolutely not worth it. Go into the tier 3 zone. I know it's scary. Make sure you're managing your plates. Buy plates at the buy station. You can do that. Make sure you just are plating up at all times. Turn and fight the zombies. Don't try to run away from the zombies too much in this game mode, especially if you don't have stamina, because you're just going to lose all of your armor over time. Turn around, actually kill them. Your guns are going to actually be powerful enough to take them out. It is the best way to play, is just being aggressive back at the zombies, and you just absolutely demolish the tier 3 zone. I used to be really scared of it, but once I learned that, you know, it's possible to get a gun that does damage in this zone, you will be fine. It'll be absolutely amazing. Make sure you're putting on dead wire, everything like that. Or if you want some extra damage against the Mega Abomination, you can put on the Napalm mod, because that does a little bit more damage against the Megaton. But you won't always get the Megaton. You'll get some, you know, Manglers, stuff like that. So all in all, extremely easy strategy to get this. It only took us about 4 games or so to get this, doing this strategy, and it's an incredibly rare drop. We were just being very efficient with our time here and just grinding it, and once you get it, it's an absolutely amazing thing to have. It is on a 48-hour cooldown, but that cooldown does go down as you play the game. Like if you go into and play a match, it'll decrease the timer by like an hour and a half. So really, you can get this way more often, and plus you won't want to use a ray gun every single game, because, you know, sometimes you just want a bullet gun. You want to rank up guns, which also is just super easy in zombies. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this tutorial. If you did, make sure you leave a like. Let me know in the comments what you want to see. I have some absolutely insane strategies for farming gun XP in zombies, even soldier XP. I mean, I'm already max level in the game, like easily. I feel like I barely even tried, but you can grind everything so easy in this game mode. It's absolutely insane. So let me know what else you want to see from the comments down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.